Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for June 26, 2021 from Psalm chapter 10, Is God Hiding? Verse 1, Why, O Lord, do you stand far away? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? Does the psalmist really think that God is hiding or abandoning his own people? The answer is no. The psalmist knows that God is always with us, but it may seem that God is hiding. There are people who do believe that God is hiding or not around, but those people have rejected the promises of God. You may remember what Jesus said to his disciples right before he ascended into heaven, just as a reminder in Matthew chapter 28, verse 20. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. So the psalmist does realize that God is with us, but the psalmist is also calling out to God in prayer when the psalmist sees evil of the world around us. And that's what we should do also. Call upon God, not to give up on God. You see, that's what we do in the face of evil. Evil will come. We will see the face of wicked people around us. And what does that wicked face look like? The psalmist tells us, verse 2, In arrogance, the wicked hotly pursue the poor. Let them be caught in the schemes they have devised. For the wicked boasts of the desires of his soul, and the one greedy for gain curses and renounces the Lord. In the pride of his face, the wicked does not see him. All his thoughts are, there is no God. And when we see or hear people denying that there is a God, we pray for them. Verse 5 continues then with the wicked. His ways prosper at all times. Your judgments are on high, out of his sight. As for all his foes, he puffs at them. He says in his heart, I shall not be moved. Throughout all generations, I shall not meet adversity. His mouth is filled with cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue are mischief and iniquity. Notice the wicked prosper at the expense of the poor. The wicked also don't know the ways of God. When the psalmist states that God's judgments are on high, out of their own sight, as believers, we do know what God's will is as it is revealed in the Bible, especially the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments teach us how to live our lives here on this earth. The unbelievers, the wicked, do not know the commandments, nor do they follow them. So the wicked often take advantage of the poor. Verse 8 continues the description of the wicked. He sits in ambush in the villages. In hiding places, he murders the innocent. His eyes stealthily watch for the helpless. He lurks in ambush like a lion in his thicket. He lurks that he may seize the poor. He seizes the poor when he draws them into his net. The helpless are crushed, sink down, and fall by his might. So why do the wicked people do this? Because they can. Verse 11, the wicked says in his heart, God has forgotten. He has hidden his face. He will never see it. So notice the wicked do not see God active in God's own creation. The wicked do not think that God is listening or that God even cares about the people. So the wicked do whatever they want to do. However, as believers, we believe that God is always with us. And God does care for us. So when we see the face of evil, when we see the wicked acting out in our world around us, the first thing we should do is to go to God confidently in prayer, just like the psalmist. And then if there is something that we can do to help or assist the poor, then we do it. God's peace and many blessings be with you and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.